All right, welcome to another one from the Outdoor Analyst. I've got a super fun one for you today. I have an awesome knife. But before we dive into it and fishing, I'm going to say, hey, if you wouldn't mind, hit that subscribe button if you haven't before. I am a small channel looking to grow, and every little bit really does help. Also, hey, if you've got your favorite bird and trout knife down there, you should definitely put some different options there too, because the more the merrier. And I'm going to share with you a custom maker that has really started ramping up production and just does some of the coolest knives that I have ever seen, especially when it comes to the G10. The man's just a wizard, and he does a lot of custom work. He actually has quite a few knives with Boker, which is pretty cool. And I think a folding knife is coming out soon. So what we're talking about today, though, this is the baby Brookie. And this thing is a cute little neck knife, essentially. Now, you can consider this a neck knife. You can consider it a pocket knife. I have used it as a pocket knife. And yeah, the pocket sheaths are amazing. If you didn't know, he probably does some of the best pocket kydex out there. I'm just going to be completely honest. I love his kydex sheaths. I have 2 of them now, and they are immaculate. Love his little fly fishing logo. Super cool. So this is the baby Brookie, and believe you me, it is the smallest bird and trout knife I have. It's about as little as you can humanly possibly go. This thing is 5 5/8 long. It is a 2.5-inch blade all the way from the back here, so it's a little bit small in reality. I think it's about 0.13 thick. And it comes down, yeah, technically saber, with this really unique hammer forging that he leaves on there. I love that look. And this thing is just a laser beam. It comes down to, I don't know, 5 thou, 8 thou. It's it's a stupid laser beam. Super thick, super thin of AEBL. But it's thick enough that you can work this thing, man. Like, I'm not afraid to kind of beat this knife up a little bit. It is in the brown trout pumpkin spice is what they called it. I think it's freaking cool. Some of the coolest translucent G10 you'll ever see. Awesome green and orange scales on there. It just so good. It is so good. His knives look incredible. Now, this is a custom knife maker. Now, the first custom knife I had from him was actually a Blem, and he actually reached out. He's like, hey, even if you overpaid for this, I want to make sure we fix the Blems on there. That was the coolest thing on a reach out, because I kind of knocked it a little bit because I found the Blems and maybe a few other things. And he's like, it's okay. I want to make this right. And that was probably one of the nicest things that's happened in the custom knife market. This guy is readily available. You can get a hold of him on Instagram, and he'll answer your questions. Even though I think he's a full-time fishing guide, and then he also, well, makes really cool custom knives. And for a bit, I think I caught him during the fishing season, and he didn't have a whole lot on the website. Now, there's always something new popping up there. I saw the baby Rookie, and this is probably a little smaller than what I was thinking. I actually want to get one of his bigger knives in the future. So when he actually releases something kind of similar to the full-size Brook from this is Boker. This is like the Boker Plus line, I think. I love this knife. This is in VG10. It's a production knife that he designed. This was a knock out of the park. I love this knife. I love it so much. His designs just speak to me. And I even picked up a lanyard from this little glow-in-the-dark bead because this is in my tackle box. That's how much I love this. This is my tackle box knife. I guess I should compare it against it. The baby Brookie is much smaller. This is the full size. This is the baby Brookie 2.0. And this is the custom. So this is a custom, and you can see it's sweet. It definitely gets down much thinner beyond the edge. It is really nice fit and finish, but it's a much smaller knife. It is something that I love for the pocket, just, you know, zipping up any sort of issues with fishing line that you have. And this is a little larger, easy to do bass. Like, this is no issues whatsoever. I kind of wish they wouldn't have done the mirror on there, just because it gets messy as soon as you use it, but it is what it is. And here's my Blem. I think this is the Ortis, small Ortis. Definitely a little bit bigger of a knife, a little bigger blade. Love the belly that is on these knives, though. Super good belly. Same comfortable ergonomics, just a little larger with this one. Very, very comfy. I love that I can actually still reach out up here without hitting the tip. That's kind of like my limit. This is probably just about perfection for a small bird and trout knife. But size-wise, here's kind of your comparison between these, just in case you're looking at the little Ortis and the baby Brookie. Beautiful knives, absolutely. Definitely a much larger knife with this one. And man, if they do that Brook, if he does a custom Brook, I want one. Like, I should actually reach out to him and say, dude, I want a custom Brook. Like, I don't know what it takes, but I want one. Because this, to me, is like the perfect size. I love carrying this thing going fishing. I absolutely do. And I love this. Honestly, this is like a super classy little fishing knife for me. It's not big enough for me to actually want to go do a bluegill or a bass with it, and I haven't. Completely honest. It's just a little small, in my opinion, for that. Does that mean you couldn't? No, you could fillet a bass with this. It just, you have doing some extra cuts on there. Probably would leave a little extra meat on the bone because I'm not that good at it. And that's I even asked him about fillet knives. I was like, hey, I'm looking for the next kind of fish fillet knife. What are your opinions? And you know what? Most honest answers ever gotten out of somebody. Super cool. Gave me a lot of different options. I just love that. That's what I love about the knife market, especially small custom makers who will reach out to a reviewer and say, hey, I saw you got a blem. Can I make it right? I didn't ask for it. I love this knife. I didn't want any changes on it. It was fine. Knowing it's a blem, totally fine. And having him literally point out, like, the man knew what they were. Isn't that cool? Like, this guy knows his work, and I appreciate that so much. So back to this little beastie. Do you need a little fixed blade? Not everybody does. Do I like a little fixed blade in AEBL that is super tough, that I can just crank on, do everything I need in the fishing world? Yeah, I actually like that. I like having a little laser beam, especially when I'm jacking with swivels. That sort of thing is awesome. Fishing line and a super just gosh darn thin edge here is wonderful. And I love just chucking this in the pocket with some pliers and going fishing. And I've been doing a lot of stuff with Mammoth Cave Lure Co. This is Jacob B. Peterson's kind of new venture, and you can buy his lures off of Exodus Knife and Tool, the website right now. There's a whole link for it. I have loved his lures. These things, I've gotten tons of fish off them, and they still look brand new. Now, granted, these are brand new. The other ones are in the tackle box. I've picked up, I think, 5 to 10 fish on most of the lures that I've got, swivels through. They look brand new, and that's what I love. I love knives and fishing lures and just tools in general that you can use, and they just do so well. So, I don't know. Sorry, small little tangent there, but I love fishing. I try to fish at least like every other day. I'm lucky. I'm surrounded by multiple ponds. I'm able to do that. I'm able to walk to them or ideally bike to them. But it's very quick for me to do, or a small walk with the family, get some casts in for 20, 30 minutes, catch a couple fish, and call it. That's a perfect day for me in the evening. I absolutely love that. Or if I beat everybody home, I'll do 20, 30 minutes of fishing, and we'll just go on a normal hike together. Love it. Am I lucky to be able to do that? Yeah, absolutely. That was part of why we moved to where we were. Since we are where we're at, super nice. This knife has been a lovely little companion. It's just been fun, and it is about as small as I kind of want to go for a knife like this, honestly. It feels great in a kind of field dress and grip, and not that honestly, you could field dress with this. I have nothing against it. About the perfect size. Perfect for back end cuts, no problem there. I would have no problem zipping up Bambi, doing everything with this, to be honest with you. So yeah, if you wanted one of the smallest little backpacking knives out there, I think that also fits super well as a backpacking knife, as a hunting knife. This would absolutely do. Can't believe I haven't thought of that before. This would be a great little hunter. And honestly, so would his other work. This thing would be a great little hunting knife. Perfect for field dressing. I love it. Now, it is a little upswept, so this one might be a little too upswept for your preference, but it's not super, sorry, it's off camera. It's not super pointy up there, like pokey. As long as you're using a couple extra fingers, no problem with Bambi. No problem whatsoever. So, yeah, Yes, you can tell I love hunting and fishing. That's what I love to do. And this is a really, really cool knife. If you have not checked out Joe Mangiafico stuff, you should. His custom work's amazing. Really is cool. Also, his work with Boker is awesome. The Brook, super, super cool knife. He's got some other folders coming out, and I think a new like trout folder coming out soon too. I know it's in the works. Hope I didn't blow anything, but it's going to be pretty darn exciting. I'm excited for it. This man just designs stuff amazingly well. If you've seen some of his custom folders, holy cow, they're super cool too. So yeah, check his work out. Really, really pumped. The baby Brookie, about as small as I want to go. I think the little Ortis is fantastic. I think it's called the Ortis. Maybe it's a small Ortis. It is Ortis in the title. This is excellent. I think that's probably like nearly about perfect EDC. And I think honestly, like for me, for fishing, I really love this just handle style of the full size, like commercial Brook. I think that's perfect. I would love like a custom in it because this is just, yeah, perfect on there. So 3 excellent knives. I hope to at least get one more. That's kind of my goal. I at least want one more from him at some point. I want the custom version of this so bad. The man just does such cool work. And really, I want like his custom folders are insane. Probably a little too much for my blood on there, but they are really, really beautiful. Oh my goodness. So love his ergonomics, the ergonomics of this guy, and the chamfering. Like he does incredible chamfering on there. Fit and finish is excellent. Just excellent on this one. So yes, 2 thumbs up for me when it comes to Joe Mangiafico. Some of the coolest scales out there, the best trout work. Matter of fact, if you see really cool trout scales out there, he probably did them for them, which is pretty amazing. He just is the boss at this stuff. And he is, man, attention to detail. It's a beautiful knife. So, oh, I should say the Kydex sheath. These are some of the best. I absolutely love that. Click, did you hear that, man? So much click. Really good retention, really good thumb ramps, and the topo is just beautiful looking. Absolutely beautiful. I should probably just get rid of the neck lanyard on here, but it hasn't pestered me, so I just kind of left it. All right. Let me know what you think down below. Put some other cool options, and heck, I will catch y'all on the next one.